Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm Zelp and today we're going to take a look at Tour of Neverland. This is a mobile farming sim. It came out like mid-2020, so it's relatively new. I do want to say that I'm sorry that I haven't been uploading much in this gaming channel because I just frankly haven't really found any games that I would want to make content of. Instead, I spent a lot of my time focusing on the Prize channel. Do check it out. Just like any other farming game or farming sim, you have crops or the plants that you plant. Okay, you can harvest them by cutting them. Okay, if you want to grow new things, you have to soften the soil first, and then after that you have to put the seeds in. So let's say I want this carrots. So all you have to do is just plant them, and then you wait. Now the layout is different. It depends on you. It's all about your design, how you want to put it. I'm a very efficient freak, so the way I did was, you see there's a huge land over here that I didn't use, and I just kind of squeeze everything to this end. The whole reason is because I don't want to be moving that much. I want everything to be in arm's reach. So this is the carrots that you planted. You realize that this one is extra huge. There's a randomness to it where some of the crops will come out extra big, and being huge you can sell it for a higher profit. We have trees, we have bushes that you can plant as well. So these are apple trees. So if I shake them, I can harvest apples. Now every single tree or plant that I plant this way has a lifespan. So basically it can only be harvested a certain amount of time. So let's say 5 times, and this means that this particular tree has undergo about 5 yields. So right now, if I want to put in if I want to keep getting apples, I have to plant a new tree. So the old one, what I'll do is I'll chop it off. It'll give me some wood and experience. Every single time you spend energy doing something, you gain experience as well. So if I come over here, you can see that I'll spend tree energy. By using that tree energy, I'll also gain tree experience. That's blue star thing is the experience. And then basically this is what I do. I just grab all this, cut this. So after that you have to replant them. So this means that you have to put it in again. And by making everything so compact, there's actually literally nowhere else that this tree can fall except here. So what happens is that it makes replanting super easy. You just click, click, click. You don't even need to place. We have chickens. Okay, so chickens. This is a low-level chicken. This is what you start off with. So when you harvest it, in this case you'll run to the back, and this is the place where I put the food. So I've upgraded the hen house, or I guess the chicken house, a few times, and I can apparently still upgrade it if I have the materials. But what I want to say is that if I remove the feed, so if it's not upgraded, what you have to do is you have to harvest the egg and then feed it. You put in a 1 by 1. You have to do this 1 by 1. So by upgrading the house, what happens is that not only can you have more chickens, a higher level house will allow you to put food at the house, and the chicken will run to the house automatically. So it saves you time in that sense. So for example, now if I were to add food, I can just pick up the egg and he'll feed himself. A higher level chicken, which is the white one, gives you 2 eggs instead of 1. This one is the low level one. This one only gives you 1. And they also act kind of like the trees, so they have a certain number of eggs they can produce. Once they have, given out that amount of eggs, what happens is that you sell the chicken. When you sell the chicken will turn into meat, some oil, and also some money for you. Okay, same goes with the cow. So this cow is actually ready to be sold. So just to give you an example, if I were to sell this cow, it's gonna give me money, some oil, some animal oil, and also meat. And the meat depends on the type of animal. So this is cow meat, and then there's chicken meat, and then there is also lamb. Let me feed this. So the cows give you milk, the chicken gives you egg, and the sheep gives you wool. Okay, if you come to the side here, there's a fishing spot, so you can actually do your fishing over here. And the way the fishing system works here is that it brings you into some kind of a mini game, and you just have to hit the spots as it get to the darker green, and then you get your fish. Every single time you get a fish, you get some fish meat, and you also get a certain type of fish. And the fishes are kind of like collectibles. There will be NPCs that want a certain fish, and if you have them, they'll give you money, or they'll give you something else. Okay, this guy over here, he has a ship at the back. He is in charge of deliveries, but we call it the steamboat shipment. So basically you can sell stuff to like different islands, and they usually want food. So it's very important to have a bunch of food in your inventory. And also you realize that here we have a royal request. A royal request is a goal, and you realize that they want fishes. If you can give them all this fish, you're gonna get good rewards. Over here is the normal deliveries. Normal deliveries has royal as well. So the gold one gives you more stuff, and pearl. Pearl is like the in-game equivalent of cash currency. Okay, and then yeah, so you want to do these. This guy can also allow you to do group fishing. So you basically make a team, and then everyone goes in and start fishing. And I'm not really sure, but from what I've heard, the tier of the fishing rod depends on the highest one in your team. So technically, if you have friends that plays this game, you can specialize. So one person will focus on upgrading their fishing rod. Maybe another person could focus on their bug catching nets. So when they team up, they have the best of both worlds. You can also rare fish. So instead of just fishing and also do the group fishing, you can put the small fish inside and then basically wait for them to grow up and then catch them with nets. Okay, this is an NPC that you really want to focus on giving gifts, because this NPC basically helps you unlock your skills. So you have skills, and depending on what you want to do in the game, like let's say if you are really that focused on growing crops, then you might want to go for the first tree. If you are a fisherman or something, you might want to go for the second tree. Now personally for me, I went for the last tree, which is about cooking and also crafting at the workshop, because one of the main ways I make money in this game is by selling coal, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later. Now you have the ability to give them gifts. So as you can see, this one wants a strawberry juice. So I could give it to him like this and just give him a strawberry juice. Okay, he'll take it, he'll get happy, he'll gain affinity, and we'll talk about what that is in a bit. But this particular character, Katie, if you give him a gift, he'll give you scrolls, skill scrolls, and you can see the skill scrolls aren't cheap. Each scroll on offer is 2k, but without the offer is 4k, and it's gonna give you 4 scrolls. Now if you see ahead, there is a bug on the tree. If you get close enough, but not too close because you don't want to scare it, you'll see this icon with a net. Click on it, it spends 3 energy, but you get to enter another mini game where you can catch a bug. So just have to hit it at the right spot, catch the bug. See what bug it is. It's a cricket, I think, and that is how you catch bugs. Now this is the solo way of fishing and also catching bugs that I've shown you. Oh, here there's a box. So with the box, you can also hit the box. It spends energy doing this, and then you get wood, some money. Sometimes there's different loots inside as well. Anyway, as I was saying, the bug catching and also fishing is a solo way of doing things, but there's also group fishing and there's also group bug catching. There's also mining over here, and there's also group mining, which is where you come up over here. So there's a lot of activities that you can do with people. Over here is a hotel, This is something they unlock later in the game. Let me just go in and show you what's inside. Basically what you do here is you can gain money by introducing or guiding customers to their rooms. Let's see if I have any. So these two are currently occupied. I did it this morning. And you can also serve them food. By preparing the food, you can gain some money from them and also increase their affinity. One of the main reasons you want to increase the NPC's affinity is because they can give you gifts at a certain level, and also they can give you more money. So for example, if I go under deliveries, these are all NPCs. If let's say Jenny were to buy this from me, if she has a higher affinity level, then she's gonna pay me more, if that makes sense. So besides fishing, besides catching bugs, besides mining, you can also do something called snorkeling. So what you basically want to do is just jump into the water, and then you can see bubbles coming out. So just head to the bubble, and then you can grab stuff. So this is like surface bubble. They're small bubbles. So the thing that you get is nothing fancy. It's usually things like coral and seaweed. So this one is where you have to dive, as you can see. Oh, I only did it once. Alright, so it dives in and then it brings you to another mini game, and basically it gives you shellfish like loots. So you have fish, you have shellfish stuff, and you have bugs, and then you have ores from the mine. Some of the best use of pearls, which is the cash in-game currency, is to purchase things like the ore pack and also the food pack. So like these two, and they have a very good value in my opinion. So I'm gonna just buy it over here. There's really no point of doing the farm if there's no reason for doing the farm. So this is Lawrence. He has requirements, things that he wants. So over here you can see that every I think 2 or 3 days it refreshes, and it wants you to give him giant crops. So you have to have those, and then seeing what you have, you trade it with him. He also wants you to get specific items off and on. So this one is to get, if I'm not mistaken, this is the bug catching set. So if I can collect everything, I can get the bug catching set, or part of the bug catching set. And right now I need this fish, which I don't have a lot of. Now the thing about the sets is that they actually requires a lot of pearl, or you have to pay by cash. And what they do is that they allow you to auto catch, so you don't have to you know, play the mini game, and also you can AFK while doing the auto catch. So it could in some way save you time, but at the same time the duration of doing a catch is a lot longer. So for example, if you were to manually catch bugs, you can maybe catch 10 in, let's say, 10 minutes. But then if you do an auto catch, you might only get 10 in maybe an hour. Even though it's an auto catch, you also spend the same amount of energy. So if you have energy problems, which if you like the game and you play a lot of the game, you will have energy problem. One of the things that I feel like is most worth it if you really want to pay money is probably the chef pack. Now this one gives you the ability to stay full up to 100. So right now I have this, which is my nutrient bar, which is basically telling me how full I am. So if I click on this, if I eat something, okay, my nutrient bar will increase. Over time, the nutrient bar will go down and then it go into the energy bar. Now in most cases, you need a lot of energy to spend. So they have a cap, and the cap is when you get full. So if your nutrient bar is full, you cannot eat any more food, so therefore you cannot gain any more energy. In other words, you either have to wait until your nutrient turns into energy, or when your nutrients drop and then you can eat more food to get more energy. So with that said, some of the food that you really want to look for is food that gives you very good energy value. So for example, let's say this fried chicken, it gives me 50 energy but only gives me 5 nutrient. So by having less nutrient, I get a lot more energy, and I don't become full, so I can keep getting more energy, if that makes sense. So if I look at something like this, it gives me more nutrient than energy, so I couldn't gain a lot of energy from just eating this. Now this Darwin, he also has requirements. He wants you to gather things for him. You can either choose to gather bugs, you can gather the seashells, or you can gather fishes. In my opinion, bugs is the best one, because with bugs you have the group bug catching. So getting more bugs is a lot easier than to get seashells. And because seashells you only can do up to 15, and there's no group seashell sessions, so you don't get to get lots of seashells in a day, whereas bugs you can potentially get more. Now the reason why I wouldn't choose fishes is because for fish, it's already needed for the steamboat royal, what do you call, like over here, the royal requests from the steamboat shipment. So you already have a reason to be spending fishes. So therefore, if you have, you know, 2 different NPCs taking all your fish, you'll find yourself in a situation where you just don't have enough fish. So what I would do, I'll split it. For the steamboat, I'll save my fish for it. For Darwin, I'll save my bugs for it. And for seashells, I don't really have anything for it yet. Over here is some arcade games that you can do. You need the token, and you can get them from doing your dailies. If you're lucky, you can get some chocolates. Chocolates is good because they give you a lot of energy. It also gives you a lot of, there you go, there's a chocolate. It also gives you a lot of nutrients. So let me use one for you to see how it will look like. You can just click on the top bar. Where's my chocolate? There you go. So it gives me 50 energy and also 50 nutrients. So by using it, there you go, you have 50-50. And right now my nutrient bar is pretty much maxed out. So what this means is that if I try to eat something like this, I can't. It says I'm too full, so I have to wait. So even if I deplete my energy, I still cannot eat anything because I'm too full. So I think this system is kind of smart as well. It kind of caps you, but not in terms of time. You still have some form of management, some form of control. Another way to get energy is really to go to your house, and you can do this once a day. So you go to the house, you go to bed, and you can actually lie down. However, it does require 10 nutrients, so you do have to be a little bit full in order to sleep and get 50 energy. Another important NPC that you should know about is Otis, and he sells items that can give you environmental points. And with those environmental points, you can increase your island's level. He is also important whenever there is an event. You can talk to him and then submit those events and gain coin and also pearl. Now I think I want to end it here. I actually got really nerdy with this game. I have like a spreadsheet to show, you know, what crop would give you the best profit. I even nerd out on things like the deliveries, which one you should refresh and which one you should submit. But right now I'm just not really sure if you guys are up for it. The video has already been a little bit long, simply just by introducing to some of the things in this game. Now there are still a lot of things that I myself do not really know. For example, I just spent 1 million coins to purchase this island over here, and it seems like if you go over there you can actually build things like resort stuff or things to help you relax. So if you come over here, you can see like beach umbrella, beach table, mini fridge, and from what I can tell, if I come over here to craft it, you can actually see that it says something like it recovering energy speeds up or something, so it increases the amount of your regeneration of energy. I think that's what it does. So again, I'm not sure because I haven't tried it yet. I also realized that if you try to craft things, you can also see that there is toilet stuff, bathroom shelf and sink, which I do not have a bathroom. So I'm guessing that there will be bathroom eventually in the future. Maybe I have to upgrade my house a little bit more. So environmental points are this with the 4-leaf clover. I don't really know what does the rainbow one do. I think it increased some kind of point for your house. So these are household stuff. You buy it, put it in your house, but I don't know what they are for. There's also a very neat trick in doing the grass if you're really desperate for coin, which I would also share, but I don't really know how it would apply to you unless you play the game. So let me know down in the comments if you seem interested and you want to give it a try, and should I make another video where I get really nerdy and talk about, you know, the profits and also like my sequence on what I should do in order to, you know, get the most efficient when it comes to the energy usage. With that said, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully, and also hopefully we're gonna find our next game to dive deep into. Bye bye.